What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 163 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me as always, actually it's 164. Let me correct myself before we get too far. Joining me as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
David Chang, you better watch your ass coming in Atlanta saying lemon pepper is overrated.
Lemon pepper is fire. We got the most degenerate twin this
Who hurt you? The fact that you gonna hate on some lemon pepper. Who hurt you? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Who?
And we got the Ray Trace Durag.
See, clearly he ain't a lemon pepper stepper.
That lemon pepper freestyle from Drake still hits to this day. We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We are going to be talking about, while I find the notes, because I left them for the metronome. We're going to be talking about Sifu. We're going to be talking about Shadowbringers. We're going to be talking about Lost Ark, Platinum Games, the Nintendo Direct, the Rusty Rupees. Shout out again for your 100th episode, even though it hasn't happened the first time yet. And shout out to OlliOlli World. So stay tuned. So, today there was a Nintendo Direct. And I feel like there was a lot of news, but for me personally, I knew we'd hear about one of the, big 3 games they have coming supposedly this year.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the one we got was Splatoon.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It was either Bayonetta, Breath of the Wild, or Splatoon, and we got Splatoon.
I actually kind of expected some Metroid.
As far as release date?
As far as what, Madrid?
Release date?
Yeah, I mean, did we get a release date for Splatoon? I feel like they just
we did.
showed the...
Or a release window?
Yeah, release window. I think they said summer.
Because, hell, we got Bayonetta at the last...
And that's why I didn't think it was going to be Bayonetta.
So, yeah, I didn't expect to see
I at least expect...
Breath of the Wild 2. I feel like we're not going to get any more Breath of the Wild 2.
We're not, when they talk about Breath
ready to give us...
Exactly. When they talk about Breath of the Wild 2 again, it's going to be a release date.
It's going to be a
We're probably going to get the rest of the title, too. Because we don't know what the game's actually going to be called. Because they said it's a spoiler.
Yeah. I kind of was hoping it would be some Metroid Prime 4.
No, that's what I'm saying. The next time they announce the game, it's going to be the title and a release date.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we just got a window for Splatoon this summer, and they showed the Salmon Run Next Wave mode, which I barely played any Salmon Run in Splatoon 2, so... It was kind of weird, but they already kind of did their story trailer kind of last time, so to see them show the co-op was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
So I'm just going to go down the list of the announcements. So Fire Emblem Three Houses is getting a Muso spinoff. It's going to be Fire Emblem
another
Warriors
way to get
3
squeeze some
Hopes.
Fire Emblem
It's
3 Houses of money
June
out of
24th,
us.
and it's another Fire Emblem Heroes, which is going to run at 2 frames per second. Because all these Muso games on Switch just run like trash, and people just keep letting them... They keep selling. That's the problem.
But the thing is, people will get their waifus and husbandos again in a different packaging with more outfits.
That's true.
And also you could skip the characters you don't like. You could just play with your faves, no matter what house they were in.
Ooh, yeah.
To Madrid, how's that? As the one who beat Fire Emblem Three Houses, how many routes did you do? How much experience do you have with the regular game?
I did one in probably 3/4. So one full route. I'm mostly through my Black Eagle run, and so yeah, I played a fair share of 3 houses. I mean, this game has me like, I'm not like super excited because it's a Muso, but at the same time, you know, if you're feeding me those characters that I like, you know, if the combat's halfway decent, and you know, what if the story is just is it just a retelling of the game, or just like
I think it's
version?
in between the time skip. Cause homie never lost his other eye. At least like I was literally like at work watching this with my coworker.
Well, one of his if you do a certain route, he still has two eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, the possibilities are endless with this. Then.
Yeah, I mean it's a Muso. They could really it could be
canon or it could not be canon.
Be whatever.
Yeah,
as far as this, like,
I mean, I don't think Fire Emblem Muso
don't
games
matter.
tend to be any type of canon Fire Emblem Warriors
that's true.
or whatever the fuck that shit was called.
Do you see this as important? Like, because we have Persona 5 Strikers. Did you play that? I mean, as much as you love and preach Persona 5, Royals and base.
Yeah.
Do you think this
Base.
game is going to like make you want to play it?
Not
Yeah, like
really. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see because Strikers is on my list, but I'm just trying to get through Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I
right
feel
now.
that.
Speaking of
And then
strikers, Mario Strikers is coming back with the Battle League June 10th.
that was a solid.
That shit looks.
Yeah,
I'm
it
happy the
looks
fact that the
fucking
Switch is
I'm
getting
actually
the sports
excited
games.
about that.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about the special moves getting 2 points, but that is what it is. I mean, everything else about
if
this
the
game.
special moves are
It's
worth
gonna
2
be fun
points,
at the
they
end.
were
Either way, I'm trying to juke somebody like a fucking whole ass Bowser juke somebody in this. How does the Bowser do it? I don't know. It just looked like a good ass time.
Did you not play the DDR mix? Bowser got that footwork. Always has. It's kind of dumb.
You're right.
Don't let that size fool you.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
He one of them big dudes that hoop.
Big Daddy.
I mean, that two-step he got is
But it's like,
mean.
damn, you weren't always a big dude, huh? How did you retain your movements? It's like Sakamoto from Sakamoto Days.
Oh my god.
yeah, Striker looks like hella fucking fun.
Yeah, I know. Like, one of the things, because they announced it literally yesterday, and then it happened today. So there wasn't a lot of time for people to get their expectations up. I did see some Fire Emblem summoning circles. So, and I mean, they did. We got a Fire Emblem.
I mean, you got
I mean, it did
Yeah.
work.
So, but I mean, outside of that, one of the interesting things with this direct is it was like a shotgun approach, but somehow like specifically targeting JRPGs.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
It's what I like to call a
like-
back catalog. Like, all those are like that's the thing about it is the Switch doesn't have access to like a large post 2010 back catalog. The Switch doesn't have that.
It's
And so I
getting
see
it.
them exactly. That's what makes this Switch, this direct, like kind of insane and for me a little bit because it's just like, wow, you're just getting back catalog. I ain't mad
But
at it.
legitimately everything they showed and that was like one of those games. I'm like, somehow it looks worse than these old consoles that it used to run on.
Like, what did they show? They showed
Assassin's Creed.
dog. I was like, that's
I was like, how does this look worse than the Xbox 360 version?
Probably
of
because
Assassin's
it's probably
Like-
because of the better screen on the Switch. Like that's what happens to a lot of old games.
no,
is that
it
they-
like even the like the frames per
It's running
second
at
was
720p.
dropping. Like
Like-
it was not good. It did
I mean, I wasn't
not
going to buy it
play the
anyway. It's a Ubisoft game, so I wasn't going to care. But
Well, yeah, but what was the other one that he brought back?
So one they showed, No Man's Sky, is coming to Switch.
Has to be streaming. Literally,
No,
there's the only
apparently
way.
it's not.
How?
no, that's just Kingdom Hearts.
how.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Well, no, there's Control streaming, Assassin's Creed, play like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think, streaming.
I don't understand how you're gonna play No Man's Sky, not streaming. Because that will literally, like, do not
No,
think.
No Man's Sky is not an intensive game. That
Are
was
you
one of the
sure?
things when it came out on PS4. It's even now, it's not a huge file size. It's not like.
Do you think the
'cause it's,
Switch
like,
can play that
procedural.
game without frames per second interruptions? Like,
No,
really being.
the Switch can't play anything without frames.
I mean, let's be 100 here. As much as I love the Switch games still have FPS problems.
Right.
That's
It'll
true.
be like, this is a Switch exclusive, and somehow it still runs like trash.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true. That's true.
ports I have zero faith in anything being ported to the Switch and running well whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the most important thing that they said was coming to the Switch that's an old game is the fact that I can finally play fucking Mother 1 again. I mean,
that
at all.
was cool.
Like,
I
Earthbound
thought
and
they were building
Earthbound.
to a Mother 3 thing.
I was dead when I saw Earthbound. I was like, okay, come on. Then I saw Mother 1. I was like, please, give me that English translation of Mother 3. For the love of God, I want to
and then
actually
they were like, nah. Goodbye.
pain. Whatever. I still might have the fan translation on my PC for Mother 3.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is them building up
Yeah.
towards that.
Yeah, it's good that they
You know, they
added
got to
them.
take baby
Yeah,
steps.
Oh my God, Nintendo, just
Honestly,
put
this,
Mother
like,
3 on
them-
fucking eStore.
Them giving love to this, not even love, just like bringing it back, gives possibilities that Nintendo's could possibly use Earthbound in a later date.
Nintendo's legitimately had no problem bringing back Earthbound in any form. Earthbound's on the SNES Mini. I have a copy of Earthbound on my 3DS.
Yeah.
Like, Earthbound, they consistently bring it back. It's just they never want to give us a localization of Mother 3.
Oh.
And that's the thing. So
Doesn't make any sense.
I guess Earthbound Origins is cool because
I mean,
know,
yeah, it's Mother 1. That's another one we've never got a chance to play. Like,
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like the eShop at some point.
well, actually,
or like
maybe the
Virtual
eShop at some
console.
point.
Like, what, Earthbound Origins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that came to a virtual console somewhere along the line. But yeah, I'm really kind of. It seemed like they were really building. To
Yeah,
Mother
they
3
sold Mother
coming.
1 and 2 as a Game Boy Advance game.
Oh.
Okay. Here?
No.
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 Yeah.
I'm like, but it sounds interesting.
I played a little bit of it on the SNES Mini.
I have beaten. The only one I haven't beaten is Mother 1. That's the only one I have not finished.
Oh. See, I mean, now you get that opportunity.
Yeah. And I still want my. And also, I and this also re-invitalized, resurrects my bitching about not having a Mother 3 localization. Nintendo, you remember this
Right,
exists.
they dangled raw meat in front of your face and was like,
Right.
This is what I'm saying. Like, they have to be building up towards it, right? It makes too much. It makes too much sense.
See, it
Yeah,
makes entirely too much
Nintendo.
sense, and that's why I can't trust it.
But they did just give us another obscure JRPG that was that didn't get released outside of Japan. And was it Live Alive?
Live Alive?
Live alive.
Oh, yeah, Live Alive.
Live
Live
alive. Live alive. Yes.
I think it's Live Alive.
Honestly, at one point, I thought it was Live a Evil, because they flipped a lie at the last live backwards, and I was like, "Is this Live a Evil?"
So now, okay, what this game shows me is we are now at 4 HD 2D games. We got, I think it's Dragon Quest 3, Octopath Traveler, Triangle Strategy, and Live Alive. We need Final Fantasy 6. There's a whole
What about
fucking Final Fantasy
Bravely
6
Default
right
2?
there. Is Bravely Default 2? HD 2D games.
Like,
So Live
But
Alive.
yes, no, we
Yeah,
definitely need Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
we need 6. We
That
need
goes without
6.
saying. They have to
They
do
have to
it.
do
at
it.
Final
this
Fan-
point.
They
yeah,
need to do
at
it. Like, it's
this point,
6. Like, come
They're
on.
doing Dragon Quest 3. Yeah, I just looked up a list of HD 2D games: Live Alive, Triangle Strategy, Octopath Traveler, and Dragon Quest 3. So, Final Fantasy 6 is right fucking there. Like Live Alive,
That's
I
an
was like,
easy
this
slam
looks
dunk.
new but old, and I was like,
Right.
what is this? And then they showed that it was Live Alive, and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard of that. But I actually haven't gotten a chance to listen to a lot of podcasts about this, considering like how in the middle of today it was. So Chrono Cross Remaster is coming on April 7th. I remember
Oh,
Yeah.
there were rumors
That was out
about
of
that
nowhere
Chrono Cross Remaster coming. And so I guess this is it. I'm pretty sure this is a multi-platform
JRPG niggas
thing.
be up.
Yeah. Wii
Really?
Sports
If you
is
were-
getting a sequel
That
on Nintendo
shit
Switch.
was sick.
Good.
Yeah,
I
this
was
looks
like
really good.
legitimately
I want that
hyped
jersey.
for a fucking Wii Sport or Switch Sports now.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Fucking hyped
And
as
it's like
fuck.
$40. It's not
Yeah.
even like a full price.
They should really just put that shit in the in that bundle.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's definitely
yeah.
gonna be bundled like crazy.
If that well,
Probably next
if,
Christmas.
yeah, if they did the what was the overpriced Nintendo Online,
The expansion pack.
Yeah, the
yeah, if
expansion.
they put that in there instead of like just the next 48 Mario Kart.
Oh no, I'm about to straight up buy those because
Yeah, I want. I mean, $25 for 48. That's
48
ridiculous.
tracks.
48.
They were like Mario Kart 8 sold like crazy. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling Switch game. So how about we give you a reason to spend more money on Mario Kart?
And
I'm with it.
I got fucked up because I was like, at the end of it, it said $25, and I legitimately thought that was like per wave. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's fucking.
Yeah, no, that's
I was like-
basically $1.92 a track.
right. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And then I like looked at it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, I was worried
that's
there for a minute.
$25 for the entire 6 waves. That's 48 tracks. God damn it! I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna buy it. It's
Oh, yeah, I'm
so
definitely,
good.
like-
I mean, of course you're
So-
gonna buy it. I mean,
It's
more
so
tracks,
good.
classic tracks.
There-
Come
yes.
on.
100%.
Like the
showed
mall is
their,
in the
like,
first
double
wave.
dash Tracks.
The mall is in the
DS.
way.
Yeah, man, that was
The thing is, it's going to take 100 years for these tracks to come out.
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah.
This
The
is
Switch
gonna
Pro
be
will be
like
out by the time
new
we have all these
Smash
tracks.
This
Yeah.
is the first Nintendo Direct where we weren't wondering what Smash character was going to get revealed because we know Smash is done.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart track reveals are going to be part of every Nintendo Direct for the next decade of our lives. We're going to be like, oh man, I hope it's this one from the DS. I just 48
Look, better give me
tracks
DK Mountain from
out of
Double
7
Dash. The
games.
fuck?
oh
They're
my god,
probably
they
going
better.
to give us by the time it's all said and done, like there's going to be
This makes me wonder though, like, what the fuck are they gonna do for the next one if they're giving us
Nintendo
all these
Kart.
tracks?
Yeah, that's
Nintendo
what I
Kart.
was
I
like.
mean,
We have the
actually,
Inklings
they've been
and
building
the
towards that.
Villager.
Link,
Yeah.
Annabelle,
Yeah.
Splatoon. I mean, the Squidlings.
I really do.
Nintendo Kart
Yeah,
Double Dash.
fucking-
Please don't
just come on.
say that.
Just
I
come
want
on.
that.
Even just make it.
And then
just,
give everyone their own.
Just
just make
at
it a
least
game
two
mode.
characters
I
from
don't give a
each-
shit.
from
Just
each
make it a
game.
game mode.
And then give
That's
custom
a built-in
items and get the
excuse right
double
there.
the specific items again.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God,
The
yes.
rumor that was floating around for the next Mario Kart was called Mario Kart Cross.
Mario Kart 3 houses.
Like the rumor titled thing that was floating around out there was Mario Kart Cross for the next thing. So honestly, we might get the next Mario Kart by the time Mario Kart 8 is done.
Probably.
Bruh, it's gonna be on the cover. It's gonna be Mario, Sonic, and Diddy. Diddy Kong.
Oh my
nah.
god.
And Kirby.
Oh, and
Kirby.
Kirby.
So
And
got
Sonic.
a new-
And Sonic.
It's gonna be an X.
And
No,
Sonic.
it's gonna be
We're
the
gonna get no. The new
It's gonna
Smash
have
is gonna be
the
Mario
full
Kart,
mouthful
and it's gonna
mode.
have.
Kirby using his mouthful mode from Kirby.
No. Just get no.
Kobe,
Give me a warp
Kirby,
star.
you
Let's
got
air.
got.
Let's air ride this shit. Let's do this properly.
Please,
Well, I didn't
I'd
think
buy
Kirby
the
was gonna
expansion
be
pack
that
if they
thorough,
put
but here we
the-
How did you not
and
know?
just put air ride.
I mean, usually it just swallows and disappears,
Right.
but no,
No.
Kirby's like, nah, I'm gonna let some of it hang out.
I
It's like,
mean,
whoa.
Kirby's playing with his food on this one, and it's
Got a bit too much in the mouth.
yeah. Although this game looks hella fun and hella wholesome, I mean, even the enemies are cute as fuck in this game.
Look, they
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
up with the enemy design. I'm saying that right now.
how they.
And
fuck
we
up?
all know exactly which one I'm talking about. We all know exactly
Kirby-
which boss fight I'm talking about from that trailer.
Oh, one of them.
Yeah.
looks
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah.
Kirby shit looks good as fuck.
Yeah, I know what Jalen's talking about. Like one of those bosses in that trailer looked like straight shit.
Bait.
Oh wait,
The King
No,
Dedede
no.
I was
bait?
going somewhere completely different.
No, there's a
I-
boss fight in there that's about to toss a lot of shit on the internet.
You're not talking about the King Dedede?
No. No.
Okay.
No, it's that cheetah-looking boss fight that they showed off in the trailer.
Oh, is it a
Yep.
furry?
I just
Yeah.
really couldn't unsee Kirby Automata.
It is Kirby Automata.
It's Kirby Last of Us.
I'm
too,
really
because
glad I never-
Kirby
I
was
wasn't the only
inside
one
of
who saw that.
Nah, Automata's cool.
Especially when
Yeah.
the way, like in the desert where the towers are falling, I was like, "Oh, what up?"
Yeah,
Near?
Kirby Automata.
Right?
Straight up. It's shockwaves getting
Straight
sent
up.
out.
No, I'm honestly interested in this game at this point.
Yeah, this game. I mean, the
Like,
base,
the boss fights
the
looks good. The
base
settings look
building
good.
looks tight. Like, honestly, this looks just like Ratchet and Clank, just like a good old grand old fucking time.
I don't know. This might be a sleeper hit.
Yeah, it really.
Oh, it's going to be.
Yeah,
it's going to be.
it's gonna.
Like,
Yeah. But the thing is, my favorite Kirby game is Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland.
classic.
And outside of that, well, Kirby Air Ride. So the two Kirby games I like are Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland and Kirby Air Ride. And if this looks like it has the potential to be up there. Every other Kirby game that's come out, I've looked at and had absolutely no emotion.
Nah,
towards
those
whatsoever.
3DS ones were fun. Like, fuck, what was it called? What was the name of that Kirby game? Hold on.
I don't know, man. I feel like because a lot of Kirby games recently have been free to play, so I've like downloaded
Really?
them and been like,
Squeak Squad. Squeak Squad was freaking fun. That's the one I'm thinking of. Squeak Squad was fun.
if you had asked me if there was a game called, if you said there's a game called Squeak Squad and asked me what franchise it was in, I would never think Kirby.
No, actually, it makes perfect sense for Kirby. You got a team
mean-
of mice robbing niggas left and right. That's the entire plot of that game. Kirby got robbed.
Kirby got robbed.
Got robbed again.
Damn.
Went on a journey.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Kirby.
Kirby. So they showed a bunch of like old games are coming to Switch. So we already knew Advance Wars 1 and 2 were coming. They got a new trailer and it's coming April 8th. So
Is this
That's-
game still going to be $60?
probably.
That's
I
ridiculous.
wouldn't see why not.
You don't see why not? This game doesn't look worth $60.
I mean, people loved Advance Wars. Like, there are
I
Advance Wars. There are people out there that will
Understand
pay
that, but it
$60
doesn't
for
seem like
Advance
it's
Wars.
worth $60.
No problem.
Wait,
I
you
mean,
mean
that's-
1-2? You mean 1-2 boot camp?
Yeah. Reboot Camp
Yeah, it's 1 and 2.
and like extra stuff on top of that.
Yeah, we've gotten like 1 and 2 of other things on PlayStation for $40.
PlayStation, Nintendo. These are two totally different, separate.
Yeah, I
worlds.
get that, but like we've got.
You can compare PlayStation to Xbox and Steam when it comes to that kind of stuff. You can't compare it to Nintendo. Nintendo gives a zero flying fucks.
About our
They would
wallet.
sell a game for $50 on the Wii U and then put it out with less content on the Switch for $60.
Remember, Twilight Princess was $60 the entirety of the Wii's life cycle.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
You know, it was the same price to get a copy of Wind Waker on GameCube as it was to get a copy of Wind Waker on Wii U when I got my Wii U.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. This is also the company that did artificial scarcity to encourage people to buy that Mario collection or whatever the fuck it was.
I definitely fell for the artificial scarcity on that one.
It was gonna happen. It was gonna hit one of us. I mean,
They got me. I had to buy
there's literally 4 of us. Like, it's a 25% roll on anything here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Are you interested in the Advance Wars thing, Jalen?
Yes, because I have fond memories of being in elementary school, being in gym playing Advance Wars. Back in the day when you and your friends would all sit in a circle and just swap cartridges. Your whatever cartridge you had would be off the fuck somewhere. You had someone else's cartridge and, just playing games and shit.
Yeah.
And Advance Wars was good, too.
But how old is that game?
Game Boy Advance. It was called Advance Wars because it was on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
I mean, so how much do you expect the Switch to sell the Star Wars Force Unleashed?
Oh no, that's coming from a third party.
That's a third
gonna be
party.
like
They don't have
20
control over
bucks,
that.
and it's going to be on
20,
sale
30?
Yeah.
for like $10. But that's a third party game.
That's a third.
That's the same reason Heart Gold and Soul Silver cost so much. Still, is because they're a Nintendo first party game. Legends Arceus is never going on sale.
Never.
That's part of the reason
You might get $2 off.
That's the reason you buy Nintendo games whenever it doesn't matter if you pre-order, buy at launch, wait 6 months, wait a year, wait 2 years, wait 4 years, wait 6 years, wait 10 years. It doesn't matter. It's going to cost the same. So just buy it whenever the fuck.
Yeah, that's fair. That's just frustrating. It's still in a Game Boy Advance game that you remastered, so it still should be cheaper than $60.
The Pokemon this is like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon bundle thing they did, where they did a different art style. It's those 2 games plus some additional stuff. Mm-hmm. The Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game was a GBA game and a DS game that they brought to Switch. Like, it's pretty much the same format. That game is still $60 goddamn dollars. And all I want to do is play some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I'm not asking for a whole lot here.
It's still $60? God.
Yes,
Yeah.
New Pokemon Snap is still $60. Like, all these things.
What are you talking about?
that
Mario Kart Deluxe is still $60. What are you talking about?
What you mean? That game is $85
I
right
still
now.
don't
What are
own
you talking
Mario
about?
Kart.
The game just got the special edition. It's now $85.
That game is $85.
Nintendo, the only company who can consistently make the prices of their games go up.
Yeah, like, imagine what happens now that Smash is done when they put out a Smash bundle that comes with the expansion pass and all, like, the Mii costumes and stuff. That shit ain't gonna be cheap.
No, that's gonna be
shit is gonna
$100 and some dollars.
Right. Smash
That's also implying that they do it.
Yeah. I mean,
they've kind of
actually
all their games they've done DLC. They have that more expensive version. So like Breath of the Wild, they have the version with the DLC. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they have the version with the DLC. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like all the games that they've done expansion passes for, they have a version on the store that is like, hey, buy this and the DLC, and it's expensive as fuck.
Yeah. Actually, like, when it comes to Nintendo games as a retro, like, game collector, Nintendo games are notorious for being overpriced, especially Pokemon games. The only ones that really can compete with them that are on Nintendo itself is just like Final Fantasy VII on like not opened.
Final Fantasy VII was not on Nintendo.
Yeah, well, yeah. What I'm saying can compete to Nintendo's retro level. So, like, you go to a Pokemon game that, like, Pokemon Silver and Gold is like $375 unopened on Game Boy Color. You go to that.
Like unopened inbox,
unopened inbox, and it can and that's on a cheaper level. Like, even like the only thing that I have that can compare to that right now is, but it's opened, is Silent Hill 1, which is worth $300 right now.
Now, if you want to make money, if you want to find a rare game, you need to find the rest of that Dot Hack franchise.
Oh my God, Dot Hack!
Like the last two of those Dot Hack games are so fucking expensive.
Are you talking about the PS2 Dot Hack?
Yes,
PS2
freaking
Dot Hack
Quarantine,
goes for
Infection, and the rest of them.
The
last two were like
much. And they were.
You know what else another game that goes for a lot that wouldn't seem like it goes for a lot?
Rule of Rose.
No, well, that probably does too.
The Yu-Gi-Oh game?
No, crap. Now my
Yu-Gi-Oh!
train of thought
Forbidden Memories?
is starting to crash. What game is it? Oh, Ocarina of Time. So the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time
Actually,
is
that's
like it goes for so much because like it was a launch title for the 3DS, so not that many copies were printed, and they didn't do reprints for like a really long time. And then when they did, they fucked up the box art. So like Ocarina of Time on 3DS, like if you have a copy of that,
actually
go on eBay and check prices because you might be able to come up on some money.
And I think Ocarina of Time for 3DS fucked up how much the Ocarina of Time for the N64 cost. So the 3DS
Zelda games are right there behind Pokemon games
but
as far as
I do believe the Ocarina of Time for 3DS is more expensive than the one for the N64 now.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so like
Majora's Mask. I think
Majora's Mask is fucking ridiculous. And I think because I go up in I go out to the retro game store that we got near us, and it's that
Majora's Mask is like $70.
Really?
For
Has
the
it
gold
gone
card.
down? Oh, because Majora's Mask is now. Has that stuff gone down since the N64 Switch thing has come out?
Well, typically when a game gets a release like that, it kind of makes the prices go up because more people are thinking about it, and then they want to get the physical cartridge.
Yeah,
And
but
so-
also like at the end, at the same time, the rarity is what really makes it go to that point. So if you're like game preservation makes retro games less expensive, which is fine for me because I would love to be able to just like collect PS2 cases and PS1 cases of shit. Or even Game Boy
I got
Colors.
my Black Label PS1 copy of Final Fantasy VII.
Right, like
I had to scoop that one.
it's fucking cool. And just to be able to like collect something of a memorabilia of your childhood is great, and not to spend an arm and a leg for it would be even better. So when they do game preservation, and like I can play Final Fantasy VII regular, not just remake, on a current gen system, that makes that game of that time go down because no one's looking for it anymore. I can now play it on a regular system that I have in my home. But it's games that you can no longer play, that you can no longer find and play easily, that make people want to spend all that money.
Ports, no remakes, no
Right.
remasters.
And as far as like Game Boy Color games,
just
all
struggles.
of them, they're going to stay at that price. That just is what that is. Game Boy Color games are just going to be expensive for forever. But as far as like PlayStation games, they can be decreased if PlayStation decided to do backwards compatibility and bring all that shit to forward. Like Resident Evil games, because of the PlayStation 3, aren't as expensive as they could be because they had backwards compatibility in the Resident Evil, like in PlayStation 3 era, in PSP era, so you can still play those games. Whereas like other games in that era that didn't get added to that backwards compatibility are fucking crazy expensive. Like even Silent Hill that you could technically buy on PS3 but wasn't as popular back then, so no one was buying it as much, is now expensive. Fucking Final Fantasy VII from like unopened is like gold to you, like, but things like Spyro and Crash are only like $15, and those are the most sought after games in the PlayStation 1 era because they have game preservation. You can now buy that on the PS5. You can now buy that on PS4. You can play those games. And so you don't have to go all the way back to PS1 era and to play those games. So if they just brought all that shit forward, things like that wouldn't make retro games hard to get. Which is cool as far as a collector goes, because you're like, oh, I have this like sought after game and I spent this much money on it. It is now collecting worth. But at the same time, the reason why we're buying these games is because we want to play these games. In today's age, we wanted the ability to easily play these games. I want to play Mega Man Legends easily and not just like hook up my PlayStation 3 to my 4K monitor, or even as playing at like 720, because it's a PlayStation 1 game. Like, you want to be able to like...
It's not 720. It's running at 480i.
It's... Yeah, okay. I didn't even know it went that low. But yeah, you just want longevity in all the games that you used to play and the games you play now. And
Chris, 480 is good compared to 160.
Is it?
Honestly, I don't think the games are going to run that bad. I see them as like 540, 30.
I mean, I didn't think games looked that bad until I saw the Switch's like Force Unleashed thing. And
I mean, that looked like the Wii version of the Force Unleashed. I'm going to say right now, they look like the Wii version of the Force Unleashed.
So
but the problem
bad.
is, it looked as bad as the because I never played the Wii version of Force Unleashed.
It looked exactly like what you saw on screen. Like the moment they said you could use the motion controls, I was like, so this is the Wii version.
I literally looked at it and was like, oh damn, this is literally a PlayStation 2 gameplay of this.
This is rough. I was like, did it always look this rough? Damn.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
Always.
Oh, no.
Back
Force
in the
Unleashed
day
was a
when it
rough
came
looking
out,
game.
Force Unleashed on PSP
12 years
looked
ago?
on par with that game. And Force Unleashed... Wait.
If we're being 100, Force Unleashed looked pretty much the same no matter where'd you play it back in the day.
PS3, it looked... I remember because I played it on
Force
PSP,
Unleashed
then I
2.
played it on PS.
No, that's Force Unleashed 2.
Force Unleashed 2 looked really good. Force
Unleashed
Unleashed
1 did
1
not look that
always
great.
looked bad no matter where you were playing it. That's just what that was.
I'm about to go look at
it looked
Force
good
Unleashed.
for our time when we were playing
No,
it.
not even for... Well, the thing about it, though, is... And this goes back to the thing with the Force Unleashed, is that because they didn't have the graphical abilities, they should have stylized it a bit more. That's what made the Force Unleashed 2 real cool, because they just stylized the fuck out of that game.
Yeah.
Like, when you got your Sith armor in that game during the Dark Side DLC, that was a good time.
I mean...
That was a good time.
Yeah, looking at it on PS3, it doesn't look as bad as the Switch version looked. Like, I'm on YouTube right now looking at gameplay of Force Unleashed 1. Because I remember that was one of the games I got with my PS3. I got the Ultimate 5th edition of the Force Unleashed 1. This is probably before the Force Unleashed 2 came out. And... yeah, even looking at this early PS3 game, it looked better than that Switch game, which is a port of a Wii game. And that's not nostalgia goggles. That's me looking at this shit on a 4K monitor in 2022. Like, it doesn't look great, but also it doesn't look that bad.
Well, also, but that's the thing about it. The Switch, which they're trying to, which you would assume that they're trying to match the quality of, isn't a 4K monitor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But what I'm saying, I'm looking at it.
Oh, I'm not trying to defend this game and say it looks good.
It doesn't. What they showed did not make it look good.
What the one game they did show that I really hope comes to other platforms, like desperately hope this shit, like the Portal Companion Collection that has Portal 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
If that shit came to PS,
somehow that looked
5,
better than The Force Unleashed.
Because Portal, oh no, is Portal 1 an older game? Portal seems like a game that is easier to run than The Force Unleashed. The Force Unleashed had a lot of physics shit going on.
Not just physics shit, but it's the thing about The Force Unleashed is that Force Unleashed had a bunch of moving backgrounds.
Yeah,
had a
that's
bunch
true.
Like Portal was a small game made in 2007 by a small team of like fresh college kids.
But it was great.
It was great.
Yeah, but even I know you're gonna make that argument. I'm like, it's still
The Force Unleashed looked bad. We get it.
It came out in the PlayStation 2.
We don't need a whole Force Unleashed discourse.
It just still came in
the only
the
discourse
PlayStation
around
2
Star Wars
era.
games that we need is that we need a new single-player game during the high eclipse, not made by fucking David Cage. That's it.
Yes.
If anybody else but Quantum Dream was making Eclipse, I'd be up the fucking wall with hype. But no.
Quantic Dream.
Quantic Dream, my bad. I'm used to calling them all the women in my games are whores. Dream.
Damn.
That's an actual quote from David Cage, too.
Yeah, that's part of the problem with that studio in that game is that...
Like, let's put it this way. I think it's weird that they made... Right.
Because in Heavy
And then there was that
Rain,
entirely nude, sculpted, modded character of freaking Elliot Page. Like, that's still kind of fucking weird.
My God.
I'm just saying.
And
I'm just
liked
saying.
Heavy Rain, but he literally made a sex scene for this only female character. Just for her to get almost...
How's he still making games?
I don't know.
Because you know why? Because one, he's French. French makes a bunch of, like, the thing about a French shit is that it's either really depressing or just on the edge of being like, if it doesn't go full,
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Like,
it's... I guess
I
he
blame the
has good
cigarettes.
storytelling for people who are into that. I mean, I can't lie and say I wasn't completely into Heavy Rain, even though I only gave it one playthrough and I could never do it again.
Jason!
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 How the fuck do you lose your kid with a balloon? He didn't make sense in that fucking game, but I still liked it. For that one playthrough. Every other David Cage game I tried to play was not good. I think I popped my...
I'm going to say this right now. Hot take. Quantum Dream has never made a good game.
No. I think you pop
and
your
everyone
David
who
Cage
thinks-
bubble, and then you can no longer play a David Cage
It's
game.
not even that, but it's also like the fact that, like, it's one of those games that it's like, its artistic merit, it's mostly comes from how it wants to be. It's how much it wants to spite being a video game.
Yeah.
And then also the writing is bad.
Yeah.
The writing is bad. And then the writing has only gotten worse.
That's why I say, like, you can pop your bubble, and, like, once you pop your bubble, you can't really play a game like that again, or their games again, because it's like, you don't see all the faults that they have in your first playthrough of a game. Until, like, after it, you're like, I didn't notice all this bullshit, all this, like, monotony that you threw into this game that makes me not actually want to play it. a second time because the rose-colored glasses are off.
It's not even that. It's like half the time it's curiosity. It's like, okay, I know this is going to be batshit and stupid.
Yeah.
I'll suffer through this to the end just to see how it ends, and then it's never worth it.
Yeah, especially when you get the fucking serial killer ending and the serial killer wins, and you're like, fuck, I failed on all aspects of this game.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
All right, so before we spend our entire recording time talking about this Nintendo Direct, there are a few things I wanted to shout out.
Okay.
I wanted to shout out the Impact Play for shouting us out in the past week. We got shouted out by the Impact Play for being a great podcast. So shout out to the Impact Play. Shout out Mohammed. Shout out to Itzyagoo.
Thanks for the shout out. We're shouting you out.
Thanks for being a guest.
Thanks for the shout out for shouting you out.
Shouts out to everybody who worked on the album. You feel me, Shane? So the other thing I wanted to shout out was the Rupees had their 100th episode this past Sunday.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they had an all-day stream
Shouts
that I
out
was
to the
there for
homies.
several hours of. So
I
was lurking hard.
I watched them ruin their friendships with some of that good Mario Party action. And
yeah, they played Fall Guys, and I realized I was locked out of my Fall Guys account. So I couldn't even... Because they could have set up a private lobby and had a bunch of people play Fall Guys together.
Why were you locked out of your Fall Guys account?
I have no idea, honestly.
Exactly.
What?
Things...
Don't tell me they tried to hack into your Fall
right,
Guys account.
just like they hacked into my Fortnite account. They're out to get us, Anton. We gotta fucking watch out for this
But
shit.
the thing is, I logged into Rocket League and I logged into Fortnite, and both of those accounts were completely fine. I was like, it's the same Epic account on the same PlayStation account. What is going on?
I mean, I can still log into my Rocket League account. It tells me to log in every now and again, especially in my dreams.
Okay. So Madrid, you made it to Shadowbringers in Final Fantasy XIV online.
I did it.
That's
I
so
did
proud of
it.
you.
I made it through. I made it through the Wano arc. I am now in Shadowbringers. Yeah.
How do you feel?
Like post game Stormblood really was just the opening for Shadowbringers, and I was like, oh my god, it all makes sense. Now I'm seeing characters things more. I'm getting more exposition. More things are making sense now.
Have you gotten into the Shadowbringers world?
Kind of, sort of. I just made it into the
He's
place
in the
where
first.
the fat cats are.
Okay.
He's in the first.
Okay. I just like that going into your first realm of the Shadowbringers and going into that area. It was so it was
Have you
so
done your
beautiful
first
to
dungeon?
me.
Nope.
Okay. Have you gone to the Crystallarium?
Crystarium.
Yeah, I made it to the Crystarium.
Okay. I mean, so
Do you have any hypotheses on... Wait, have you met the Crystal Redacted?
The Crystal Exarch?
Okay.
it's like,
I don't... Look, man, I'm
that's-
trying to actively...
That's the cat boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from the Crystal
Yeah.
Tower.
Okay.
I mean, he's being real cryptic about who. I'm like, nigga, you the same guy. You just got a crystal arm and crystal neck now.
You had a little bit of character
Might as well
development.
just
Don't
call
act like I
yourself
forgot
Crystal.
about you.
Crystal
I
arm and
forgot
neck,
about him.
nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, take that hoodie off. I know who you
yeah.
are. But it's fine. You have your right to be, private about what's going on with you. That's fine. But it's cool so far. Like the new battle music, that's just pretty fire.
It only gets better from here, but
Yeah. Shadowbringers has some really banging music, and so does Endwalker, but...
Yeah. I just really like... at least from my experience of going into Shadowbringers from, like, doing it all, like, that first time you step into the world of Shadowbringers and just, like, seeing all the pastels and all the bright colors, or, like, not just pastels, like, all the, like, bright purples and pinks and just, like...
I took a lot of screenshots.
I was like, damn, this world is absolutely fucking beautiful. Like, honestly, even till...
Too bad it sucks.
Yeah. Even after, like, doing Endwalker, I was like, probably the beginning of Shadowbringers is probably my favorite beginning of a game. Still. Just because of how beautiful the environment was.
Oh no, man! The moon.
The moon is
That
great,
final
but the moon
area
isn't the
in
beginning.
Endwalker.
The
I can't
moon
wait
is
for the
great, but the
moon.
moon isn't the beginning. Like me stepping into the expansion of Shadowbringers was like, damn, this place is fucking beautiful. And it's got some...
In a fucked up kind of way, though. That's the thing about it. It's in a very fucked up kind of way because everything is washed out in gold. Like, and it really plays with, like, a lot of the language we've been using around this time. Because, you know, up until then, it's like, I am the fires of darkness. And now you're just like, God, if this light won't turn the fuck off, I will kill somebody.
I mean,
and then you do.
Yeah.
And then you do. You do that repeatedly.
Right. I mean, yeah, you do. You do that a lot. And it is a juxtaposition of, like, you are the warrior of light, and now you've stepped into this world that is it's like full of fucking light. But it is kind of nice going from, and I know Shadowbringers does have its miss points. Like, there's a desert land in there that's like, this is like a copy and paste of Old Daw, but, like, even worse, kind of, in my opinion. But... And where, like, Endwalker brings into, like, new, different cultures and different, like, color aspects that are like, oh, this is unique. I've never seen this before. But it is that first realm that you go into of Shadowbringers, and I'm like, this hits. This hits hard. It's like, you really feel like you're in a new area. You feel like you're in a new realm. The story is about to just kick off for you in this new place.
Yeah, you literally get isekai.
Right,
like,
exactly. That's what made me love Shadowbringers so much, that you were just like, I'm no longer in Kansas anymore.
Right.
And you're alone.
And then your party, they basically get a time skip without you, which is
Right. They all show character development and new outfits.
Right. Yustola's been here for like fucking 6 months.
They've all been.
Alphanet's been there for 2 weeks.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
Yustola and Urianger have been there for 2
years.
years.
It's like each one was like
Alphino and Alze about a year. Thancred 5 years.
Yeah. It was like,
of course, Thancred was there for 5 years. It's Thancred.
Thank you.
Like, anytime anything happens to the Scions, Thancred gets, like, the worst version of it.
He does.
Every time. Every time.
But he becomes a dad out of it.
He learns to care about those weaker than him.
I mean, he mostly gets to be like, I fucked up as a father one time. I get to not fuck up a second time. Red Dad Redemption. That's Thancred's
Actually,
storyline.
if y'all don't mind, I do want to go into. I did something that in Final Fantasy 14. It was like 3 weeks ago that I did this. I took a day off, a mental day for myself, and I made some bread, which was cool. Made some stock, culinary stuff as like a culinarian as I am.
On 14?
In IRL. And then also at the same time, like, I built this shell of a arcade system, like, that I need to, like, build a computer for and, like, put a thing, like, a whole monitor in. But the one thing that really stood out for me that day that I was like, I want to do something in 14 that I've always wished I've done. from the beginning before I even played 14, and that was beat Bahamut in the Binding Coals, the final Coals of Bahamut. And like I remember, it like took me back to the day where like we were right before recording at a studio. We went to the racetrack down the street, me and Jalen, and he was telling me why I should play 14. And we were about to go buy some fucking, like, I don't know, Modelo's, Tecates, but whatever we were drinking back then. And he was like showing me that final coil where you're fighting Bahamut and you're listening to the song of
that
Answer,
OST.
the OST Answer, and you're fighting him. And he was like, yeah, this is how hard it gets and like how dope 14 can be. And that was my goal before I started playing 14. Was like, I want to get to the point where I'm fighting Bahamut and I want to experience what I saw that like Jalen showed me. And after like playing 14, just going and going and going and going through the story, no one else really played 14. Like Jalen kind of wasn't feeling it anymore. He was doing other things. You, like Madrid, Anton hadn't gotten into it yet, and I didn't know Jawan was into 14 at all yet at that point. So I just like kept going, and then I beat Shadowbringers, and then finally realized that. And then finally everybody else like caught into the 14. So I never got to beat Bahamut with a bunch of people. But that day I soloed Bahamut, and it was like a part of me felt complete that was my one main goal of starting 14. It's like, I want to beat the Binding Coal of Bahamut. I want to fucking do this thing. But I've lost that goal in playing 14 and made other goals and did other things that like made me fall in love with the game even more and more. But I just went back and just like sought out that original goal and did that. And how much like nostalgia I felt back in the day of like why I fell in love with 14 before I even played 14. I just wanted to share that moment of just being like, being able to see something in a game that gets you into it, and maybe you start playing the game and you don't complete that goal at first, but you eventually go back and you're like, oh, this is something I wanted to do in this game. Like it's like 14 has so many things, and
I didn't realize that because
It's about to be the near raid
Yeah.
for me.
but like to me, like for doing the Binding Coal for me was big, and like not knowing how to get into a party finder and not just like being so new because that is a Realm Reborn. I'm just still so new, not understanding what in the massive amount of information and everything that an MMO has just yet. And I still don't. Like I'm in the end of Endwalker and I still don't know the amalgamation of information that I could be doing in an MMO. But just doing that by myself, even just doing it by myself made me feel even better, like made me feel like stronger as a character. Not just doing it with an 8-person party or whatever the party amount is in Binding Coil.
Hey,
it's still,
we're at the point now that enough people are playing that I want to do Savage Binding Coil.
I would
'Cause there are
love
trophies
to
associated.
fucking do that.
I want to do Savage Binding Coil, then Savage Alexander.
Have you learned the
then-
mechanics for Savage Coil?
I mean,
I'm not trying to do it synced. I'm trying to do it unsynced for the trophy.
You can't do Savage unsynced.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yes, you can.
You can't,
You can't do Savage unsynced. You can only do regular unsynced.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how you get the Ultima weapons.
Yeah.
I thought you just didn't get the weapons if you did it unsynced.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's not Savage.
I don't know either or.
I don't think you could do Savage without it being synced.
All I'm going to say is that Final Fantasy XIV let me realize that if you have goals that you make in a game, and you may forget your goals and move on to other goals, and you like just to keep the game going because you're learning new things about the story. You're like 14 is so good of a story that it made me forget about Binding Coil. That was my like original strive to then just move on into Heaven's Ward, and Heaven's Ward made me forget everything about fucking Rubberborn because Heaven's Ward was so good. I just want you to say to say that completing that original goal and going back made me so fulfilled as a gamer, and experiencing that thing with that OST, with that fight, knowing the story behind that fight. Even like I'm past Endwalker now at that point. With all the Endwalker knowledge and going back and doing Binding Coil, I'm just like, this was probably will be the greatest gaming moments I've had this year. And it's only I did this in January.
And according to Juwan, you can do Savage Binding Coil unsynced. You can do all Savages unsynced except Endwalker at the current time.
Damn.
Oh.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
Well, I want that Savage weapon, so you're still going to need to learn the fucking mechanics.
I could do it entirely without you, Jalen. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fine. And then when I have that weapon, hey, that's on you.
I won't be jealous in the slightest. I'm after this trophy.
Yeah,
and that's the difference. I'm not playing on something with trophies, so I don't care about trophies. Let's do the content.
You're trying to do that right now?
No, not right now, Chris. Tomorrow, maybe?
Okay, fine.
After work?
Fair enough.
Mayhap.
Oh, okay. I can down for that.
Okay. So another thing I wanted to talk about, OlliOlli World dropped this week. And I know Sifu also dropped this week, but I haven't gotten a chance to play that yet.
I heard Sifu was sick as fuck.
It looks
I've been
real
hearing
good.
Nothing but good things about Sifu.
Just solid.
So
ass
I
reviews.
have Sifu. I just haven't gotten a chance to jump into it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But OlliOlli World.
Have you played that?
Yes.
Is it?
I'm almost done with the first area of the island.
Hell yeah.
So it is hard. Like I can jump into the old OlliOlli games and feel kind of like, oh yeah, I remember how to do this. And this new OlliOlli is, I'll get stuck on parts and I actually have to change the way I'm thinking about skating to do those parts. And the character creation and customization is really fucking good for a skate game.
Hell yeah.
So my character legitimately is me in a 5-panel. It's really sick. So I feel like the representation.
Drop some screenshots.
Is it?
Yeah, I probably should.
Is it only on PlayStation?
No, I know for a fact it's on Switch. Madrid asked me earlier if it was coming to Game Pass, but I wasn't sure about that. I just pre-ordered it on PlayStation a long time ago, and so it finally came out and hopped in and was instantly like doing challenges and remembering my timing on tricks and OlliOlli.
Is it like open world OlliOlli?
No, it has divergent paths.
Less linear?
Yeah, it does have divergent paths, but I mean, that really just depends on how you're skating. Like a lot of the stuff I'm doing so well just off my foundation of playing OlliOlli 1 and 2 all the way through. So like off my foundation, I'm already like, the challenge will be like 2,000 points. I'm ending with like 2,300 points. Or no, 23,000 points. So I'm doing ridiculously well in comparison to the challenges. It's just the actual gameplay itself is challenging me in the way that with those games being simpler, being able to play them the way that I played them, I can't necessarily play the new one the way I was playing those. But I will say, like, if you have any experience with OlliOlli 1 or 2, that this is just, like, a really good another one of those with a different art style.
Okay.
Do you like it better?
I think right now, because I'm still only getting to the end of the first section, because I really didn't get a chance to play it until today. I know it came out yesterday, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to play it today, and I put like a solid hour into playing it, but OlliOlli 2 still has had those challenges that I had to master, and so far this one hasn't gotten to the point that if I don't... I haven't had to pull out...
It's still pretty easy right now.
I wouldn't... In comparison to early
Well, no,
games...
you said it was hard.
In comparison to the first world of OlliOlli 1 and OlliOlli 2, it's harder than those in the first world.
So does it feel
But
like this game expects you to
compared to
have
the-
played the first two?
No, because it gives you the option to teach you all these things, and maybe if you're a new player coming in, like, it does a really good job of teaching the stuff, like the different types of pushes you can do, like the timing on the grinds, the timing. I haven't even gotten to the tutorials on the manuals yet, but I'm already out here manualing through, like, continuing combos, doing a lot of the things that I'm sure at some point they're going to tutorialize and teach you, because it's... but it also doesn't have the thing of holding you back, of, we haven't taught you this yet, so you can't use it yet. No, I can use it because I know how to do it from the previous games, but somebody who's new can still do the challenges, still get the points they need to get, still do the things they need to do with what the game teaches you early on. So, I just think, like, it controls similar to Skate. I've highly recommended OlliOlli 1 and OlliOlli 2 on the podcast, and I didn't think we'd be getting another one, and the fact that we are, and it's this good, and in both of those, OlliOlli 1 was, like, kind of pixel art, and OlliOlli 2 was a little bit more, like, flat cartoony. This is a lot more Adventure Time 3D cartoony, and there's like a supporting cast, and there's a story going on. You're trying to reach Nirvana, like gnarly Nirvana, and there are the skate gods, and there's a skate wizard in your crew, and it's cool. I don't know. As somebody who has like Thrasher DVDs on my shelf behind me, like skate, I used to skate. Skate culture is like part of me growing up, and so for this game to be super skate culture-y and like do controls really well and actually respect skating as what it is, I like it. All right, so Jalen, you've been playing Lost Ark.
Yeah, so Lost Ark is a Korean MMO. It just got its Western release. It's currently in the 3-day early access. It will be free to play on the 11th. So this will be after
by the
release.
Time the
so by the time
comes out.
Yeah. I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's a lot of fun. It has an isometric camera angle, so it looks like Diablo.
Okay.
But
it's an MMO.
Yeah. Plays a little bit like Diablo sometimes.
Is it coming to console?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
Okay. Could you see it coming to console?
Well,
Yeah, but I mean, they made Diablo work on console, so at this point, if they wanted to, anything could come to console, but it's also like with Korean MMOs, you go to a PC bang over there and go play.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of
Like
Korean
net
MMOs
cafes.
end up on console. Now, we might see it because they got that Amazon publishing money, and Amazon loves money. But also, Amazon game publishing has not been...
I'm wearing literal Twitch clothing right now.
Yeah,
So.
but the Amazon games, they have not handled New World well.
Yeah, New World...
yeah.
New World had the opportunity of a lifetime and completely squandered it.
Right. But
I want New World to fail because I'm a hater.
I don't care. Lost Ark's out, and Lost Ark is fun. And it's one of the biggest. It's actually the second biggest game in Korea. Only thing ahead of it is League, because fucking League.
Because fucking League.
Yeah, fucking League's not going anywhere.
Fucking League. But
give me season 2 of Arcane, please and thank you, League.
Fuck that. Riot, do Bilgewater or Mount Targan, maybe even Lionia. Give me those, and I'll care. Come on. All your
Summoner's Rift. I don't know if I can know.
Okay, see, here's the thing about it is, if League of Legends kept its original, like, conceit for the game, it would have worked perfectly for where the game went. But then they got rid of it because they didn't know what they wanted to do with the story. And now we're at a point where it's like, the story, no one knows how the story connects at this point. Like, stuff kind of just happens. Like, because the original conceit was that you as a player were a summoner. You went to the League of Legends. You pulled out champions from out history, and you fought over your political ideas instead of actually sending people to die. You know, you just used magical constructs of heroes of legend. That's gone.
Sad to see. You hate to see it.
But yeah, Lost Ark, good. It's a lot of fun. It'll be free to play on the 11th by the time recording comes out. This is an MMO. This is one of those games I'm gonna have on, like, I'll probably be playing at least once a week.
Okay. So somebody put Sifu in the notes. What did you guys want to say about Sifu in particular?
Oh, nothing. Just the usual. Are video games too hard?
Okay.
The people that I've seen enjoying Sifu the most are people who've beat Sekiro. So that is something I will say for the game. I haven't actually gotten to put hands on it and play it. But at the same time, judging by reviews...
I see what you did there.
Oh, man.
But also the thing about it, though, is, and this always comes to the question about difficulty, is are you having a problem with the difficulty because it's actually hard, or is it because it's taking you a while to do it? Because a lot of times when I hear people...
seems like the type of game that teaches you...
Yeah, once you learn the mechanics and you learn the parries, like, the game's fine. Like, you could beat the game still 24. But I've also noticed that in some of the discussions about difficulty in games, it mostly comes down to I want to beat the game without putting the time investment to get good at the game
requires.
Yeah, like the games, like that's what makes video games an interactive medium. The game's allowed to ask of something of you. That's what makes it fun. Like, you know.
Yeah,
some games fight back.
Challenging games rewarding is because you overcome the challenge and you know that the game's just not giving you something you don't deserve, you know?
Right. Heck, right. But then, right. And it's like, it also showing, in my opinion, that you care more about saying that you beat the game than actually experiencing the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to get pissed off and come back months, years later, whatever. That's on you. No one's going to say that, but...
Like I've done with every single FromSoft game that I've played. Be like, fuck this shit, walk off, come back, actually, overcome the challenge, feel myself progress as a gamer, and then put it back down.
Yeah, because the thing I've noticed with Sifu is, like, I feel like a lot of people who are having problems are trying to, like, rush through it instead of, like, really sitting there and, like, you know, blocking, dodging, learning patterns and shit. They're trying to just, like, beat the shit out of people. But it's like, you can do that, but you got to know what you're doing to accomplish
you got to enjoy all aspects of the game and appreciate everything they're giving you. You can't just try to go in there, whoop ass, and then be done with it.
And I think also part of this comes with, like, the fact that we're in, like, a 24-hour news cycle. Like, we're all a part of this 24-hour news cycle. The moment anything comes out, I gotta, right now, while it's still in release window, while we're all still talking about it, like, that's why a lot of the best reviews and, like, the best thoughts about games or any medium usually come 6-7 months later after the thing's out.
Yeah.
Actually give people time to sit down and marinate on it.
Yeah.
But this upfront, gotta do it now, like, that's one reason why the difficulty question only ever happens the first week of a new game coming out. Because
And then after that is praise.
It's going to continue literally next week.
Oh yeah.
Or is it this weekend?
Yeah, it's gonna
Ring? No.
it's gonna continue
Next
into
weekend?
this weekend, but by the time we come back here next week, it'll be
No, I'm talking about it's going to be Elden Ring.
Elden Ring comes out on the 25th. It's
yeah. We
only
still got
tonight.
another like
Oh, the
full.
25th?
We got like 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't know. That shit feels really close, and I'm not even like the board. I'm just kind of like,
I'm cautiously optimistic because I know
Yeah.
it's gonna beat my ass and I'm gonna
It's
put
gonna
it
whoop
down,
my
but
ass.
I'm excited to try it out.
Oh, that game's gonna
Right.
put hands on me, but I'm gonna put hands on that game.
Like,
It's gonna be some
you
mutual
know,
hands in.
we're all going to be on the next gen version. You know,
Right?
All right.
there'll be online co-op, so that helps me out there. You know.
Oh yeah, we can call in the monsters.
Exactly. And
We can have Jawan and Darren descend from their golden clouds and just murder shit.
ride
for us.
upon that chariot of.
I know Zach's probably gonna be
From
playing it on PC.
Oh, yeah,
so
he is.
we can't call him in.
No.
So, but yeah, I feel like Jawan and Darren are sufficient killers.
Heck, you give especially Juwan. You give Juwan like a month.
No, Jawan will be done with Elden Ring.
No.
in the
I'm saying
first
I'm
2
saying it'll
weeks.
take a month for him to finish running everybody through that game. Cause that man that's a grind god right there. He just does not
Yeah,
stop.
he picked back up Dark Souls 3 in preparation for Elden Ring. He's like, I'm just gonna try a new build in Dark Souls 3 and
Just did it.
I was thinking
It's
about
just
playing
been
through some
moseying
Bloodborne or
through.
some Sekiro, honestly.
At this point, judging by, because Radic is another person that he has every Steam achievement in Sekiro. So,
Damn.
like, I know he's planning on going and platinuming that on PlayStation, but judging by him and Justin, who's also beat Sekiro, and considering Sekiro's the Soulsborne Kiro game that I meld the most with, I might just play some Sifu in preparation.
Okay.
Oh, true. I mean, you already got it. It's new.
Yeah, we're so flooded with games right now because I want to play Legends Arceus. I want to.
Damn,
do
I
this
still need to get that shit.
Mario Kart DLC. I want to fucking play Sifu. I want to beat 7 Remake. I want to beat the first Voice of Cards game before the second one drops. Fucking like. I'm like, why are you coming out with a sequel to this goddamn game so fucking fast?
And we're not acting like Forbidden West comes out like
Oh, no.
what 2-3 days before
Oh,
that.
no.
Like
I still need
Forbidden
to beat.
West
I still
is
need to beat
being,
Horizon.
Yeah, I need to beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
oh man,
Before I do Forbidden West in any capacity. Like, it looks great, and I'm happy for those.
Jalen,
who
did you
have been
finish
looking forward
Zero
to it.
Dawn?
technically no, but I'm gonna consider it done. And the reason why I say technically no is because I am literally in the last half of the final mission, and I want to say I was started playing something else. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch the last cutscene because I'm literally at the end of the game. Like I did, like I'm either at the final boss or right before the final boss. Like I'm at the end of the game. We all got together. We're all doing the big thing. Like I'm far enough that I feel like I could just be done with that game.
Are you going to play Forbidden West on PS4?
That's the only way I can play Forbidden West.
I'm just saying, are you going to do it?
Probably, unless the timing
Because
hits
you
right
ha-
that I just get a PS5. That's really just it. Unless the timing, because I know I'm not going to be playing this game until March. I personally know that. It's going to be mid-March before I even attempt that. Because, like, I'm playing Lost Ark. I do want to finish Endwalker. I want to play Sifu.
OlliOlli.
OlliOlli. I want to play Legends Arceus and be a field researcher. You know, doing catch and release. Just
Be a member of the Scout Regiment.
Just riding.
SMT5.
I still need to go back and finish. I still need to beat that boss I was on. I have not
I've been
picked that game up since
procrastinating
that.
on it,
Right.
to be honest.
Right. And I know I'm
And
procrastinating
Metroid.
on it.
And I just got this Tri-Brigade arc going in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Right. I've been
My
enjoying
Hero
some
deck still
Master
has something
Duel.
to say.
Your hero deck?
I'm almost decent at piloting my freaking Dragon's Maid deck. I'm getting to the point where I almost figured out how to get some of the flip effects right. But like, March is a quiet enough month when it comes to games that I can just like, you know.
Kirby.
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
March
Kirby.
is not quiet. No, Elden Ring's February.
Elden Ring's
March-
February.
March
You're
is
right.
hella shit.
What is outside of Kirby? What's in March?
For Horizon.
No, Horizon's end of April. It's end of February. Actually, Horizon comes out before freaking Elden Ring. Actually,
Babylon's
Horizon.
Fall, Gran Turismo 7.
Don't care.
GTA 5, Persona
Don't
4
care.
Arena Ultimax,
Maybe
Stranger of Paradise,
we still haven't heard anything about rollback.
Forspoken.
Wait,
I don't-
Forspoken's in March?
Yes.
Damn.
Oh shit, that's
Damn.
All right, so February is Life is Strange Remastered, Dying Light, OlliOlli World, Sifu, Dynasty Warriors 9, King of Fighters 15, Horizon Forbidden
King
West,
of Fighters
Destiny
15.
2, Witch Queen, Monarch, Soul Cresta, Grid Legends, Martha is Dead, Elden Ring, and Evil Dead the Game. March is Babylon's Fall, Gran Turismo 7, WWE 2K22, Grand Theft Auto 5, Persona 4 Arena Ultimate,
Haven't heard anything about
Stranger
rollback.
of Paradise,
Destroy Chaos.
Forspoken, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and Weird West. And then we got April is Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, MLB The Show 22. June will be Cuphead. August is Saints Row. And then we have a whole bunch of shit that is
See what I'm
dates
saying?
TBA.
Like, for the most part, March is going to begin a time where I can just work on my backlog and work on the games that came out that I need to finish and haven't finished yet.
I'm
Because
still
I don't-
gonna be
I don't
playing
see a single-
OlliOlli, Sifu,
I don't have a single day
and
one-
Elden Ring.
Yeah, I don't see a single day one purchase on March, in my opinion.
Persona 4 Arena is the only one for me. I'm gonna
I
wait
need,
on
I need to see if it has
Gran Turismo.
rollback. I'm not buying a fighting game if it don't have rollback anymore. That's just the way I live.
But you didn't buy the last one that came out with rollback.
Which one was that?
Guilty Gear Strive.
No, because I bought the last one that came out with rollback Melty Blood.
Oh yeah, I do need to get Melted. It's on my wish list.
Yeah. So no, I'm still keeping up with the I don't buy fighting games without rollback. Heck, Cross Central Fiction is what I meant to say. Has rollback now. Or it's
Does it
getting
have
rollback.
it now? Yeah, I know BB Tag and Central Fiction are supposedly getting rollback. So, but I didn't think either of them had it like officially yet. Okay, let's see what else was on the notes.
Well, actually, if
Oh.
you're playing on PC, you can try the rollback beta.
Yeah,
Console,
right. Fucking console, man. I'm waiting on this. I'm waiting on Umbrella to come to Skullgirls on console. Not Umbrella. Not Parasol. Is it Umbrella?
I thought it was Umbrella.
Okay, yeah, it is Umbrella. Can't wait for her to come through. Annie was cool for the little bit of time. The last thing that's on the notes that we haven't talked about is Platinum says they are switching to focusing on live service games so that they can have games that people can enjoy for longer periods in time instead of having like these one-off successes.
Okay, that pretty much what I hear is we have not figured out how to monetize our games ad infinitum, so we're going to switch to live service games so we can monetize them ad infinitum.
But they've sold Bayonetta. I've bought so many copies of Bayonetta. I bought so many copies of Nier Automata.
Exactly.
True.
That's how they've been monetizing their game.
I don't stop preaching the good word of Astral Chain. If anybody cops the Switch, I tell them, get Astral Chain. Get it. That's a must-have for Switch.
Yeah, but
That's how they need to focus on monetizing their games, is by having good enough word of mouth that you tell
that's the
everybody
thing about
you
it, though.
know
But
to
that's the
buy
thing about
these
it is game sales cap out at eventually. If you go microtransactions, you can make money into infinity. I mean, look how much money Blizzard pulls in freaking $1 billion a year off of microtransactions, basically.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you crank out one of those live service games and it fucking fails, how much money and resources did you blow just to have another failure
look
under
at
your belt?
Avengers,
Exactly.
Like Square Enix should have learned their lesson about it.
I mean, heck,
Yeah.
everybody should have learned their lesson at this
burned them
point.
so
BioWare
hard.
should have learned their lessons. Freaking BioWare, heck, Bungie managed to pull it out in the end, so they skipped this list.
Also, the Division should skip this list because the Division, like
The Division
for what
1
it
or
was,
Division 2?
by the end of 1 and all of 2.
I'm not going to give you 1. I'm not going to give you 1 just because there was like the content drop for 1. 1 was abandoned for the most part until they were like, we'll just give you the final bit of DLC and call it a day.
Well, the thing is, 2 did so well that they planned to end their. They were like, oh, we're going to be done with the Division 2 after Warlords of New York. And then Warlords of New York did so well that they're like, actually, we're going to do more content for the Division 2. So
Okay, that's why I asked specifically which one. Like, I'll keep the Division 2 off this list. Division 1 still deserves it. That was still like a half-baked, because
I'll compromise on that. If you'll
yeah,
give it to the Division 2.
I'll give it to 2, I won't give it to 1. But it's like, the thing about it is there's not a single live service game that came out decent at launch, except for the ones that aren't on this list. But even then,
Final
Destiny had to get there. And Destiny had to get there. Like, it took Destiny years to get... Actually, I'd actually fuck it. Destiny's going back on this list. Both Destinies are going back on this list.
Really?
Yes, because the thing about Destiny is both games are notoriously bad until the good thing came out, i.e. Forsaken and freaking Taken King.
Forsaken's getting vaulted.
And Forsaken's getting vaulted. You know, so it's like Destiny 2 did not become good until Forsaken. Same thing happened basically the same thing happened with Taken King. So they go on this list. Like, and that's the worst part. I can't remember the rest of them that came out because it seemed like everybody was dropping one every single freaking day.
Oh, I mean, like Hyperscape died, and Radical Heights, and
Radical Heights didn't even get out of beta.
What was that one game?
Lawbreakers?
Lawbreakers. Law fucking breakers. I wanted to like Lawbreakers so bad, but I just couldn't.
Right. It's like most of these live service games are crap.
Yeah, because a lot of times they're already undercooked, so it's like you're honestly just wasting resources.
They're taking advantage of the fact that your audience is naturally going to be waiting for more content because, you know, it's a live service game. So you could just drop it undercooked and be like, well, there's DLC coming. It's like, no, you need to have a fully working package, Anthem.
That's the thing. That's the thing with Platinum. It's like, are y'all unaware of who your target audience is?
Right, because Babylon's Fall is
Looks
not
worse
hitting
and
for their
worse
target
every time they
audience.
show it.
Right. People who love their games will literally sit there and play those shits. Like, you know how many people have hundreds of hours in Nier?
Right?
And what are you doing in that game? What are you doing?
You're just
I posted my manga collection on the manga collectors subreddit, and one person specifically said, I see those Nier books up there. You have good taste.
Yeah.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
just- yeah.
Nier fans, they just out here.
We're all Taro cultists at this point. We're all Taro cultists. It'd be that way. And
Play the voice of cards, Isle Dragon Roars, and then whatever the sequel's called.
Yeah, but you can't build that kind of cultism with freaking live service games. Because you have to
just
get your
can't-
game, because of how long it's going to take for you to get your game to a different...
Reincarnation is a live service
That's a
game.
fucking mobile game. That's a mobile game that I could turn on auto and go about my business.
Okay. What are you even doing at that point?
Experiencing the story. Just reading the various stories. I mean, I'm just gonna say this right now, like
So it's a fancy visual novel?
yes.
Eh?
Yes. Just
Okay.
yes.
When you put it like that, it makes more sense to me.
Just absolutely. It's a visual novel that's on your phone, that's fancy, that you can spend money on getting your favorite near waifus and husbandos in different outfits.
Okay. Well, I mean, does
Okay.
anybody have one more thing before we wrap?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Remember, you can.
Nope.
Oh. Remember,
I
you
was
can follow
searching.
us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton63X. Is Chris.
You can follow me at Chef and Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
Speedwagon X.
All right, this has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Iknowjones. Until next time, keep it cheesy.